Hey guys, welcome back to Victory Education. This is your Narsimhan, and the topic which we are going to talk about today is about the mirror equation derivation, which is one of the very important derivations on the higher standards. So before going into the mirror equation, there are a couple of things you want to remember. The first thing is that the mirror equation is same for both convex and concave lenses. So you want to understand one thing, like where the focal length falls on a convex and concave lenses. The convex lenses are called as convergent, whereas the concave lenses are called as divergent. They divert the rays. So if you're going to identify a ray, a convex lens will just converge the ray, so the focal point will fall after the lens. Whereas the concave lenses will diverge the light. So in order to identify the focal length of this concave lens, you want to backtrap them to find your f focal length. So the other things you want to remember is the principal axis. Just imagine this mirror as a circle. Okay, there is a small portion of a circle has been cut off as a mirror. Then any circle will have a center point. So the point between C and P is your radius, the radius of the curvature or radius of the circle, right? And F is the focal length of this mirror where the image is getting converged. Okay, backtrapped again. So now any rays which goes along with C, F and P, you call them as the principal axis. Okay, and the distance between point F to P, you call them as a focal length. So the point P is called as a pole. You want to remember these terminologies, which is very important when you deal with the mirrors. The mirror equation is 1 by F is equal to 1 by U plus 1 by V, where U is the distance between the object and the mirror, and V is the distance between the image and the mirror, and F is the distance between the focus point and the pole. So you want to understand each and everything, what is U, what is V and what is F. And remember, this mirror equation is not based on the position of the object. If you have the object placed here or here or here, this mirror equation is not going to change, and it also doesn't change with the mirror used. So whether it's a convex mirror or a concave mirror, your mirror equation is not going to be changed. So the next thing you want to understand is the similar triangles, which you would have been read on your earlier classes, but this is just a recap. So any two triangles, you can call them as a similar triangles, but that doesn't mean to be that two triangles should be on the same size. It just want to be their angles to be equal. So you can just write like A by P is equal to B by Q is equal to C by R if you identify these two triangles are similar triangles. Okay, how you will identify two triangles are similar triangles? There is a first rule called AA rule, which means you have two triangles and you identify two angles of the triangles are equal. Then that means the third angle by default should be the same. Then you can call both triangles as a similar triangle. Second is an SSS rule, which means that the ratio of the two triangles are equal. For example, 1:1:1 or 1:2:3, whatever ratio it is. But if all the three sides of the triangles has the same ratio between two triangles, then you can call them as a similar triangles. Last but not least is the SAS. You have two corresponding sides are equal. For example, XY, YZ, XZ and ZX are equal. Then their corresponding angles, for example, angle X and angle Z are equal. Then you can call them as a similar triangle. Just remember this. It will be useful on the mirror equation derivation. Just imagine this is our image where you have an object, a rays falling on the mirror and it's getting reflected. You have an image there, and you know the point between F and P is your focal length, and from the object till the mirror is your U, and from image till the mirror is your V. And remember, we have 2 points B and D, which is just intersecting on your pole. Okay, so B is not actually the point here, but it's somewhere on the center of the mirror. But when we compare with the curvature of the mirror with the center of the mirror is too huge when compared to the curvature. So we can just take this as a center straight line for our easy reference. So I just considering BPD as a straight line. Okay, so now I'm going to take two triangles for easy reference. Triangle OA and F and triangle DP and F. I'm just considering these two triangles which I highlighted on the screen. Okay, so one thing I can say very easily is that OA is a straight line and AP is a straight line. Similarly, PD is a straight line and FP is a straight line. So anywhere you have two straight lines getting intersect, the angle formed here would be 90 degree. So similarly, the angle formed here would be the 90 degree. So I can easily say angle OAF and angle DPF is equal to 90 degree, and they are same. So anywhere two lines are getting intersected, then their vertical opposite angles will always be equal. So here I can say OD is a straight line and AP is a straight line. So the angle formed between OFA will be equal to the angle PFQ, because they both are just straight lines intersecting. So now I have two angles which are equal, which means that the third angle will automatically equal. So with the similar triangles, I can easily say that OA by DP is equal to AF by PF is equal to OF by DF. I'm not concerned of OF by DF, so I'm just removing it. So all I need is OA by DP is equal to AF by PF. So what is your PF? Here is your P and here is your F. So the P to F, the distance is nothing but your F. So I'm just writing it as F. So now what is your AF? So A to F. Your A to F would be nothing but A to P is your U and your F to P is your F, right? So this entire line is your U and I'm just removing this F to P, then AF is the what which you get, which means U minus F is your AF. So I'm just replacing my AF as U minus F and DP as F. So let's consider this as an equation 1. For an easy reference, OA is nothing but height of the object and DP is nothing but height of the image. So I'm just replacing with H0 and HI. The next is going to be the next two triangles, which is IFG and BFP. With the same formula which I used earlier, I can easily say that IG by BP is equal to GF by PF is equal to IF by PF, because they are crossing each other and they are 90 degrees. So it's the same principle. So I'm just again not concerned of IF by BF. So I'm just taking the first two. IF by BP is nothing but H0 by I0 and your PF is nothing but F. So what is your GF? G to F. What is this? How I can write this? I can write this as this entire is V and this is F. So I'm just having V minus F is my GF. So I'm just writing HI by HO is equal to V minus F by F. So I'm just having this as my equation 2 and I'm just reciprocating it as H0 by HI is equal to F by V minus F, and I'm having this as my equation 3. So now I have three equations and I'm just going to consider my first and third equation. Hand sides are the same, so I can easily equate the right hand sides. From 1 and 3 I can easily write as U minus F by F is equal to F by V minus F. I'm just cross multiplying both sides, so it's F square is equal to U minus F into V minus F. So I'm just multiplying these two things, U into V minus U into F minus F into V minus F into minus F, which is plus F square, right? So I'm just dividing U F V F on both sides. So what I will get? I'm just dividing it UV by UVF, which would be 1 by F, which is equal to FV by UVF, which is 1 by U, plus UF by UVF, which is 1 by V. So this is what I got my mirror equation. So it's very simple if you're going to understand the similar triangle rules. Let's try to solve a problem with this equation. Take a pause here and you read the problem and you try to solve it. If you're not able to solve it, then come back so that you can understand how to solve this problem. Hope you try to solve this problem. Before solving any problems, I will always say draw the diagram so you will understand the problem, and that's where half problem is already been solved. So what they say, a tall 4 centimeter tube bulb is placed at a distance of 45.7 centimeter from a convex mirror. Having a focal length of 15.2 centimeter, determine the image distance. So what we know is like the object height is 4 centimeter and the distance between the object and the mirror is 45.7 centimeter. And what we need to find is the distance between the image and the mirror. So it's very easy if we're going to use the mirror equation. So we know that h naught is 4 centimeter, d naught is 45.7 centimeter, and your f is 15.2 centimeter. Correct? So what you need to find is di, distance between object and the mirror. So 1 by f is equal to 1 by u plus 1 by v. I can write it as u v, or I can write it as d naught di, which is the same equation. So d naught, I use the word d to make them understand that it's a distance. That's it. It's as simple as that. So 1 by f is equal to 1 by d naught plus 1 by di, where I know that 1 by 15.2, which is my focal length, is equal to 1 by d naught, distance between the object and the mirror, which is 45.7 centimeter, plus 1 by di, which I don't know. So I want to identify di here. So what I do is I just divide them and I get an answer of 0.0658 centimeter is equal to 0.0219 centimeter plus 1 by d. So I'm just bringing this side, so it's become minus. So what I will get is 0.0439 centimeter is equal to 1 by di. So di is nothing but 1 by 0.0439, which is nothing but 22.8 centimeter. Hope you got that answer and you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching this video. Share this video with your friends. Please comment, subscribe and like